Hey everybody, Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and today I want to talk about a term called keyword stuffing on Etsy. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on like and subscribe below, as that does keep you motivated to continue making these videos so that way you can grow your business and change your life. As I'm sure a lot of you all have noticed, I have mentioned in a lot of my shop critiques that keyword stuffing is a no-no on Etsy. And if you have dove into the seller's handbook on Etsy and done any type of research on titles and tags and search queries, you probably have come to realize very quickly that Etsy does not necessarily endorse keyword stuffed titles. So the question then reigns, what does that mean for your shop, right? A lot of us started out thinking that if we put as many keywords in our title as possible, we will be more apt to rank on Etsy search results. And that has been a bit of a push and pull in the Etsy community for as long as I have been selling on Etsy, okay? And to be honest with you, I have done some experiments and talked to some of the people that I have been mentoring about what does better. Tags or titles that are more concise and to the point, where you utilize your tag space as you need to, or titles that are more short and to the point and flowable. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go through some of the things that the Etsy seller handbook talks about. I do have a search query that I've pulled up where we can look at, kind of what Etsy means when it means short and concise and what it doesn't mean, okay? So keep in mind, keyword stuffing is where you take a bunch of keywords and put them in your title or description or whatever that may be, okay? And as I've said in other videos, keywords are very different than tags. Keywords are the actual terms that our customers are using in Etsy search to find the products that they're looking for, okay? Keywords and tags are not synonymous. Our tags are what we utilize to describe our product, okay? And those tags should reflect keyword searches that customers use so that we can rank, okay? So a lot of the times I will go into my listings after about 1 or 2 months of having them up, and then I will go back and I will look at their statistics and I will see what search queries are being used, what keywords are being used, and I will adjust my tags based off of those search queries so that way I can show up higher in Etsy rank for those listings and therefore get a higher conversion rate, okay? So you want to keep that in mind when you're...
understand that.
Thank you, phone. When you're going through and creating your titles and tags, is how are you going to rank higher, and you really need to utilize all of the tools that Etsy is giving you, okay? So I'm going to go into one article in the seller handbook that is called Creating Listings That Convert. And if you notice here, there is a section called Listing Title, okay? And it talks about how your titles play a very important role in getting your shoppers to click on your listing. And you really need your title to make it easy for shoppers to see what you're selling and what makes it unique. Because shoppers are only going to see the first few words when they're going through search results. And as I've said before, we're a scrolling community. We have very short attention span. Generally, when I'm on Etsy, I'll start with a very broad keyword search, like funny Halloween SVG is what I typed in earlier. And I'm not looking for any design in particular. I'm looking for something that's going to stand out to me so that I can put it on a shirt for my kids or a shirt for myself or whatever I'm looking to do, right? So with that being said, you want to make sure that your listing titles are very, very bold. But if your title is just very short and concise, then when we're scrolling through, our eyes are going to pick up on that, because in our mind, we're searching for funny Halloween SVG. So if you put that at the front of your title, more than likely, that's going to help you rank up higher, because that is an exact query hit for what I would be searching for at that time, okay? So it says right here at the very bottom, although it is important to be descriptive and use relevant words and phrases, your title should be short and easy to read. So when I talk about keyword stuffing, some of y'all have these titles that are hundreds of characters long, and you have to keep in mind that Google also cuts off your title at about 70 keystrokes. So you're not going to get the whole title either on your search engine optimization for major search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, etc., etc. Okay? So the shorter, the better. That way Google has the ability to crawl, but also Etsy has the ability to show this to customers and they know exactly what they're getting. Put your most important keywords in the front of your title, add a few more phrases, and then be done. Try not to use the same words over and over and over, and I'm guilty of that. I'm currently going back through and re-optimizing my titles. It's just taking forever because I have over 500 listings, okay? The second thing that I wanted to talk about is how titles and tags work together, okay? And so Etsy talks about this in your search questions about Etsy, or your questions about Etsy search answered, okay? And talks about the most descriptive and relevant keywords for your listing should appear in both your titles and tags. Now, a lot of people say that that's not the case because if you have it in your title, you don't need it in your tag. However, if you have it in your title as a keyword and your tag as a keyword, Etsy's going to see that and say, oh, they have this in their title, they have this in their tag. Well, this must definitely be what the customer is searching for, so I'm going to put that on the front lines, okay? I just had to edit out a sneeze, sorry. So it talks about your 13 spaces, and all of the keywords that you use don't need to appear in your title, okay? A long title stuffed with a bunch of keywords might make it difficult for shoppers to quickly find the items that you're selling when they're scanning search results, okay? So even Etsy mentions here scanning search results. Etsy understands we are a generation with a short attention span. We are scrollers by nature, okay? So we're going to scroll through. If our mind is like, I'm looking for funny Halloween SVG, and you're scrolling and somebody has funny Halloween SVG at the beginning of their title, your brain's going to say, stop, this person has what you're looking for. Take a look at that one, subconsciously. So keep those psychological tricks in mind when you're creating your titles as well. All right. So it talks about here, think about prioritizing the most descriptive phrases and keywords that best describe your products or the ones that have been most successful in matching shoppers with your listing in the past. For example, in our shop stats tool or our search analytics, you can see exact phrases that shoppers have used to find your listings and make sure those superstar keywords are included in both your titles and tags. So this is what I talked about earlier, okay? After a few months of a listing being up, I will go back through and look at the stats. And the number one search query that is popping up on there for people to hit my listing, I'm going to put at the beginning of my title, and I'm going to put as my first tag, okay? And that is going to help you boost. Make sure you are using the tools that Etsy is giving you. It is going to help you get traffic and hopefully in turn get sales and also bump you up on the ranking once that conversion rate starts going up, okay? The other thing I want to talk about is query matching, okay? So query matching is important. This is when somebody enters in a bunch of keywords on Etsy to search and they're hoping that they can get exactly what they're looking for, okay? Some people start off very broad. Some people search for something very, very, very specific, all right? Depending on what they're looking for. So here it talks about when a customer enters a search query on Etsy, they look at the titles, tags, categories, attributes to find matching keywords, okay? So Etsy is going to look at your categories. Etsy is going to look at your attributes like color, size, etc., etc. So make sure you're using those fields when you're filling out your information, okay? Because those do count as tags. Making sure that you have variety and adding in all of the options is really going to help you. So you kind of want to try things out, right? You want to test things out. You want to test the water. So you may have things a certain way on your design and then rearrange it so that way your titles and tags and keywords are a certain way. So that way maybe you can see an increase in traffic. Really, it is just a balance. When you have a ton of listings, it's hard to create these experiments. But if you're first starting out, it's really easy to do this. And don't get discouraged. You may not get a lot of traction at first. It generally takes up to 30 days for any SEO changes to take effect. So you really have to be patient and wait for the stats to roll in. Okay, so those are the really important things that I wanted to say about Etsy and keywords and titles and tags and what keyword stuffing means, because a lot of people have been asking, Tanya, what does keyword stuffing mean? And I have to go explain it. So it's going to be much easier for me to say, you know what, watch this video about keyword stuffing. You're probably going to learn some things about Etsy search and keywords versus tags and how that all works together. And hopefully you can use these to optimize some of your listings so that way you can increase traffic and sales on your Etsy shop. Okay, so here I did a quick query for Funny Halloween SVG because, you know, it is October, and I have pulled 3 listings that are keyword stuffed and 1 that is not keyword stuffed in the title. Okay, so again, I searched for Funny Halloween SVG. You can see that Funny Halloween SVG is here in this title, and you can see SVG is mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frickin' times, okay? That's unreal. That is unneeded. They could just put Mobster, Halloween SVG, or matter of factly, Funny Halloween SVG would do just fine. Mobster SVG, Funny Halloween SVG, and then remove all this other crap, and then put it in their tags and be done with it, okay? And that would be a lot easier for somebody to search for. Searching for Funny Halloween SVG, so if they put this at the beginning, if that is their target keyword, they could put Funny Halloween SVG, Monster SVG, and, you know, be done with it, okay? With this one, again, I searched for Funny Halloween SVG. This one doesn't even come up on the title, which is interesting, but this one isn't necessarily too stuffed. It has a lot of different keywords in it. I love my mummy. Halloween SVG. Honestly, I would get rid of Halloween sign. I would get rid of witch SVG because there's obviously no witch here. Same thing with pumpkin and ghost and trick or treat, designs and quotes. And I would just leave it at I love my mummy Halloween SVG. But again, I searched for Funny Halloween SVG and this doesn't have Funny Halloween SVG anywhere in it. But I bet if we go to eRank, this listing is probably has a tag that is Funny Halloween SVG. So let's go take a look in just a minute while eRank loads up. This one is a trademark. I don't know why I pulled this open. I guess I didn't look at the listing photo, so I'm just going to close this out. This person's shop will probably be shut down soon. Okay, so this one right here is a very good example of something that is straight to the point and not stuffed at all. Halloween 2020. It's been scary enough, okay? Here is their exact design, okay? Halloween 2020, it's been scary enough. Funny Halloween SVG. Boom, they're done. I'll say their price point is really low. They probably want to raise their prices up, okay? But this is a very great example of what a very short and simple keyword is for their tags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into listings here. I'm going to enter in the shop name for Palm Blue Digital, and see if I can't find this I love my mummy SVG. And I'm hoping that it will be able to pop up. Okay, so it does have, here it is. Okay, so Halloween, Halloween party, Halloween SVG, witch SVG, Funny Halloween SVG. There it is. Okay, and they have a bunch of Halloween tags in here. It's been viewed 219 times. Okay, not too bad. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go check this one out in fine print. And we'll see what these tags look like for this listing. And this is also another very powerful tool with Etsy Rank when you're looking into competitor listings or trying to help somebody out with their titles and tags. And Halloween 2020, here it is. So Halloween, Halloween SVG, Spooky Pumpkin, Jack-o'-lantern Pumpkin SVG. They don't even have Funny Halloween SVG in their tags, but they're showing up on page 1 for me, more than likely because Funny Halloween SVG is in their title, okay? So Etsy search is a hot mess. Again, Etsy search is tailored to you. So if you're trying to specifically look for your listings, you definitely want to use an incognito tab to do that, okay? But basically, to wrap this all up, what I'm getting at is when you are creating your listings, you need to really make a decision, okay? Because you can go either way. You can create a title that has a bunch of keywords lined up together, stuffed together, keyword stuffed, okay? You can create a keyword stuffed title, or you can optimize it to look a lot cleaner, like this Halloween 2020 listing here, so that you can get a better conversion. Okay, when you're creating your titles and your tags, think about what keywords the customer is going to be searching for. So I will repeat myself again, keywords are not the same as tags. Keywords is what customers are searching for, and tags are what you utilize to describe your item. So be as descriptive as possible. Try to keep your title short and concise, and then change your tags to include any keywords that you may have included in your title, and Etsy search query should pick that up. And you can test out where you're showing up in Etsy search by utilizing an incognito window in Google Chrome and searching on Etsy for a particular search term. Also, utilize your Etsy stats to optimize your titles and tags, so that way you can see what customers are searching for, and you can utilize those for your tags and your titles, so that way you can hit more keyword search queries in the Etsy search, okay? Go read the Seller's Handbook if you haven't already. Please, there's so much information in there. It is like liquid gold, and a lot of people forget it's there. I'm going to try to go through piece parts of it through some of these videos because it is a very powerful tool. However, I do encourage you to go read that. That's all I got for you guys on this one, all right? So if you got something out of this video, go ahead and click on like and subscribe below, as that does keep me motivated to continue making these videos, so that way you guys can grow your business and change your life. And as always, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment below, or head on over to our Facebook group, where we're creating a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to grow their business. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next video. Have a great day.